Sound check, voice check. Do you hear me? Sound check, voice check.
Yes,
Oh, super. Good. We will allow a few more minutes for people to come into the meeting. Two minutes before we start the meeting. One minute. Okay, good day, each and every one of you. Bonjour à toutes et à tous. Nous allons commencer maintenant notre réunion du comité permanent. Je vous demande, si vous voulez la parole, de bien demander la parole par le petit icône qui se trouve sur votre écran et de bien ouvrir alors le vidéo et le microphone, sinon nous ne pouvons pas vous donner la parole. Le premier élément que nous devons traiter, c'est l'agenda. L'agenda a été modifié lors du bureau, modifié dans le sens où nous avons un nouveau point 3 qui est modification des comités. et le point 3, référence au comité, devient le point 4. Le point 4, autre matière, devient 5. Prochaine réunion devient 6. Est-ce qu'il y a une opposition à cet agenda? Si tel est le cas, je vous prie de demander la parole. Je ne vois pas la demande de parole, donc il en est ainsi. Abordons alors le point concernant la composition des comités. Monsieur le secrétaire général, si vous pouvez bien informer les membres du comité permanent ce concernant.
Thank you, President. This concerns the ratification of decision taken by the Bureau, namely Madame Christensen from Norway, from the Socialist Group, joining the Monitoring Committee of the Assembly. Thank you, President.
Merci. Est-ce qu'il y a des remarques concernant cette modification? Si tel est le cas, je vous prie de demander la parole. Je ne vois pas de demande de parole, donc il en est ainsi décidé. Nous en venons maintenant au point 4, référence à nos commissions. Nous avons eu un débat assez intéressant lors du bureau, donc les propositions qui vous ont été communiquées ont été modifiées. Abordons d'abord le document numéro 21. Et puis nous aborderons le document 16 concernant les références aux commissions. Je voudrais bien donner la parole à Maria pour nous expliquer quelle est la proposition qui est sur votre table concernant le document 21. Maria, vous avez la parole.
Monsieur le Président, si je peux me permettre,
oui.
Pour la commission permanente, la procédure de traitement des renvois est un peu différente. Maintenant, les membres de la commission permanente sont demandés de ratifier les décisions prises par le bureau tout à l'heure.
Ouais.
Dans les documents de cette session, et il y a déjà le document consolidé de toutes les décisions prises par le bureau tout à l'heure concernant différentes propositions de renvoi. Quand je dis ce document se trouve dans ce volet document sur l'écran de chacun, ça se trouve de côté droit de l'écran. Il fallait vers cet icon Documents, cliquer dessus et télécharger le document qui est document ASPR 2020 04 partie 1. 04 part 1. Dedans, il y a toutes les décisions énumérées prises par le bureau concernant différents renvois. Peut-être les membres peuvent prendre un petit moment de regarder ces différentes décisions du bureau et après décider de les ratifier. Ou au cas où, s'il y a une contestation, la commission permanente n'a pas droit de changer les décisions du bureau, mais la commission permanente a tout le droit de renvoyer chaque de ces décisions au bureau, de ne pas ratifier dessus. Mais la commission permanente, je répète, n'a pas droit de changer les décisions du bureau. Peut demander le bureau de revoir sa décision, mais c'est tout ce qu'on peut faire. Soit ratifier, soit demander le bureau de regarder de nouveau propositions prises par le bureau tout à l'heure. Merci, Président.
Merci, Monsieur le secrétaire général. Je vois que je suis trop flexible là. Mais bon, ceci dit, non, il est évidemment, enfin, il est effectivement correct. Le comité permanent approuve ou pas, ou renvoie au bureau. Je voulais tout simplement indiquer que la décision prise par le bureau est différente et c'est très vite de le consolider déjà dans un document. Concernant que dans le document 21 original, il y avait 4 rapports, à savoir Legal, Political, Social Equality, qu'on vient de décider au bureau de rajouter un rapport sur la migration. Donc, nous avons 5 rapports qui originalement étaient dans le document 21. Et dans le 16, je pense que la modification la plus importante, c'est une proposition sur l'environnement Je pense qu'elle a été introduite par la délégation Ukraine, si je ne me trompe pas, qui a été changée, qui a été renvoyée pour rapport au lieu de ne pas avoir de suite. Enfin, je mentionne tout simplement aux collègues qui savent, en style télégraphique, comme on dit, quels sont les changements que nous avons faits au document original. Non. Voilà, je laisse encore une minute, comme vous l'avez suggéré, de regarder les documents. Et puis je demande à qui veut prendre la parole. Vous l'avez. Je vois qu'il y a Zolt qui veut la parole. Donc nous allons débuter avec Zolt. Vous avez la parole.
To ask, do you hear me?
Yes, we do.
Okay. I would like to ask you about decision number 7. There is a motion which relates basically wild animals, bears and wolves in certain parts of Europe, endangering the population because of their narrowing space for existence, and especially remote autochthonous communities are endangered by this phenomenon. And I would like to ask to come back to this question on the next Bureau meeting. I would like to develop my position. Is there a possibility that we accept all the proposals of the Bureau, but we are referring back this particular number 7 motion for further discussion?
I will ask the Secretary General whether this is a joint decision or that we can separate. Wojciech, if you could tell us how this works.
In formal terms, the decision of the Bureau on this motion on the list number 7 has been taken. I mean, the decision, no further action. If the Standing Committee wishes that the Bureau modifies its decision, you would require, well, a vote or decision of the Standing Committee to send this point 7 on the list back to the Bureau. As I said earlier, the Standing Committee cannot itself change the Bureau decision, but may decide that this decision taken on number 7 is sent back to the Bureau. If the Standing Committee decides not to send it back to the Bureau, it means that the decision, no further action on this motion, is ratified by the Standing Committee. If Mr. Nemeth or any other member wishes, in such a situation, if this decision of the Bureau is ratified as such, no further action is ratified by the Standing Committee. If, I repeat, Mr. Nemeth or whoever else, also from among those who have signed the motion, wishes to come back to this question, then it means they will be obliged to submit a new motion, maybe reformulated, maybe a different one, maybe the same one, again, for the attention of the Bureau, in order to reopen the discussion in the Bureau. So either to send it back to the Bureau, as it is at the moment, in the case if Standing Committee ratifies the decision, table a new motion in such a way that the issue is opened again in the Bureau. Thank you.
Okay, just for me to understand it, well, Wojciech, can we single out point 7 and decide only on this point 7 to send it back or not? Or is it one decision on the complete Bureau?
Every decision is in a way individual one. That
Okay.
you can, of course, take out number 7, and if there's no objection to other proposals, then ratify them all together and discuss separately number 7. Every decision is individual in this context.
Okay. As you have seen, the intervention time is limited to 1 minute. I have an intervention on number 7 by Zolt. We will treat it later. I have 3 other colleagues asking for the floor. Zolt for the second time. Exceptionally, I will give the floor to you for a second time, Zolt. But first I've got Alvise and Petra. Please mention the number before you make your intervention. That will make it easier for us to follow. Alvise, you have the floor.
Thank you very much. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I don't see myself, but okay, you can hear me. I'm yes, taking into account what you just clarified. I wish to call the attention of the Assembly on the decision number 3. So I'm really persuaded of the importance of this thematic, artificial intelligence and climate change. We wanted to stress how this paper is really stressing how positive and relevant could be further researches about energy production, CO2 removal, education, solar geoengineering, even finance. So I'm really proposing to send this decision back to the Bureau to reevaluate its decision. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next on my list is Petra Stienen. Petra, you have the floor.
Hello, everybody. Thank you very much, Rick. I have a point to make on number 18, just for understanding women's rights must withstand the COVID-19 crisis. I think many people within the committee, and also I guess within the Hall of the Pace, would interpret this title as a broader title than only looking at women's rights, but to interpret it as an intersectional analysis of what is happening when it comes to equality and non-discrimination. Yesterday, we had an amazing meeting on the Istanbul Convention. It was very clear that some of the issues that we're dealing with have underlying causes such as inequalities, but also stereotypical images of what is masculinity. So I would like to interpret this title as broadly as possible, within the realm, of course, of the work of the Commission.
Well, you put that very nicely and elegantly, but indeed it has been touched upon by the Bureau, so I can confirm that the title is to be interpreted in a broad way. Next on my list, I have again Zsolt. Zsolt, second time, 1 minute, and then we have Peter. Zsolt. Zsolt, you have the floor. Zsolt, where are you? Between the wolves and the bears? Zsolt? Okay. I saw you and now I don't. Okay, here you go. Okay. Yeah. Okay. You got the floor, Zsolt.
Okay. So thank you for Wojciech for a clarification. And I would prefer, if it is possible, that we refer back number 7 to the Bureau and approve the other proposals. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Zsolt. And then I have Peter. Pierre, vous avez la parole.
Merci, Monsieur le Président. J'aimerais bien aussi proposer d'examiner à part le point numéro 9, impact des conflits armés sur l'environnement transfrontalier. Je trouve que, vu la situation dans le monde entier avec la pandémie de Covid-19, ça c'est une question qui l'Assemblée pourrait traiter d'une façon plus détaillée et plus efficace un peu plus tard. Et donc, je propose d'exclure cette question de la liste. Merci.
Merci. OK. Alors, bon, je n'ai plus d'intervenants sur ma liste, donc puis-je considérer que la liste telle qu'elle, mis à part les points 3, 7 et 9, ont un consensus parmi nous. On adressera les 3 autres par après. Donc, je pose très bien et clairement la question que si la liste, mise à part de 3, 7 et 9, est approuvée, enfin, pris connaissance, je ne sais pas comment ça s'appelle. J'ai encore quelqu'un qui veut intervenir, c'est Lisa. Lisa, you have the floor.
Yes. Hello, dear colleagues. Well, I want to oppose the comment that was just made by Mr. Tolstoy. Of course, I think that the motion that one of my colleagues from Ukrainian delegation proposed on armed conflicts and how it's linked with our environmental damage is very important. We know that currently in a pandemic, especially in pandemic times, it's important to make a report on that, and we should have that solidarity and work on this report together. So I kindly ask all of you to support this motion and to approve it. Thank you.
Thank you. Now let me come back then on my first aspect. So the list without 3, 7, and 9. Can we consider this as okay by consensus? If not, please take the floor. Okay, so then that is done. Now let's address now one by one. We have the issue of artificial intelligence, which I understood, Maria, from you is sent for information. Do you have a comment on the question of Alvise to send it back to the Bureau in order to have a full-fledged report? Maria? No comment. Alvise, you have the right to have a vote on that, I suppose. So if you wish to have a vote on it, could you indicate by taking the floor? Okay, I understand Alvise wishes to have a vote on the issue. So let me now get into the Alvise, you want to take the floor also? Alvise, you have the floor.
Yes, can you hear me? Okay.
Yes, we do.
I have some issues with my camera. So yes, I think this is really a relevant issue, and it involves really several layers of our interests. So I think it's just fair to have the opportunity to go a little more in depth about this. One thing we stressed is that in just 6 years, the computing power necessary for artificial intelligence increased by 300,000 times. And of course, it keeps going. So that's just one of the elements that stresses the importance of monitoring these and helping our policymakers to give the due attention to this topic. Thank you.
Thank you. Maybe to make sure to anyone in the standing committee, when we send the decision you can take is to send it back to the Bureau. It is not to modify what has been proposed. It's just send back to the Bureau, right? So that there's no mistake. You do not modify the proposal of the Bureau, you just send it back. I now have Alexander. Alexander, you have the floor.
Yes, thank you. Hello to everybody. It's just I would like to have the clarification from Secretary General how we vote. I mean, if we vote for any of those 3 points, yes, what it means, no, what it means. Okay? Please, thank you.
Thank you, Alexander. I will tell you what it means, because we have a proposal of Alvise to send back to the Bureau. If you vote yes, you agree to send it back to the Bureau. If you say no, you do not agree to send it back to the Bureau. If you abstain, obviously you abstain. Okay, I have another member now intervening, 1 minute and 1 minute alone. Nicole, vous avez la parole.
Oui, rebonjour. Les saisines de commission qu'on a fait ce matin au bureau, il me semblait, mais peut-être j'ai mal interprété les choses, il me semblait qu'on faisait effectivement, on mettait en exergue et en priorité des rapports qui étaient, j'allais dire, dans le contexte actuel bien précis. C'est la raison peut-être pour laquelle on a eu graduellement des rapports effectivement, des avis, des informations et des classements sans suite. Mais c'est vrai, quand on voit le nombre de rapports qu'on a là, hein, il y en a quand même, je ne sais plus combien, 16, voilà, plus les autres concernant, enfin bon, les femmes. Je trouve qu'il y a énormément de rapports. Je n'ai rien contre le fait qu'on les multiplie, mais simplement, est-ce qu'on va y arriver? Je veux dire, compte tenu du contexte, du délai imparti, pour moi, c'était plutôt envisagé de manière graduelle, sans pour autant dire qu'un est moins important que l'autre. Maintenant, c'est un débat qu'on peut avoir et ça m'intéresse de savoir ce qu'on va faire in fine. Merci.
Bon, pour être clair, on est maintenant sur le point 3 et ça concerne une motion sur l'intelligence artificielle. Le raisonnement dans le bureau a été qu'il y a déjà, je pense, 7 rapports concernant ce sujet, et le bureau a pris la décision de l'envoyer au rapport d'information. Alvise veut le renvoyer au bureau pour avoir une autre décision. Donc, je vais soumettre au vote la question ou la demande, la requête, si vous voulez, d'Alvise. Je voudrais bien vous rappeler que vous votez en allant sur message et que une fois que j'ouvre le vote, vous pouvez voter oui, non, abstention, yes, no, abstention. Je clôture le vote et par après, on fait le compte. Donc, je rappelle, vous allez dans les messages, participants, là, vous pouvez voter du moment où j'ai ouvert le vote, ce que je vais faire à l'instant. Donc, le vote est ouvert. The vote is open. Dix secondes. Donc, si vous voulez voter, message, participant, oui, non, abstention. If you wish to vote, go under messaging, participants, yes, no, abstention. 5 seconds. Those who not yet have voted, please do so. 3 seconds. Vote closed. Wojciech, if you can have the count.
This will take some moments.
Okay. For the result, Wojciech.
Okay. Excuse me while it took a certain time, but you will understand why. First of all, if we could ask members to be more careful and not to vote, not to type twice the decision, because we had the case like this, and to continue to vote in participants and not in operators, because also it complicates counting. So when you vote, you type your decision in the tab participants of messages, not in operators. Please take this into account. Now, the result is the following. The decision was whether to send it back to the Bureau. The result is the following: 13 yes, 13 no, 5 abstentions. In the case of a tie vote, the President has right to vote and to decide. Thank you.
Thank you very much on that one, Wojciech. Right? Okay. To me, it's very easy. If a large number of colleagues in the standing committee wish to reconsider it and it's a tie, then we send it back to the Bureau. Voila. So that's the decision. Now we go to number 7. It concerns the bears and the wolves of Zolt. We're not going to enter into the debate again. The question is to send it back to the Bureau. So those who say yes, send it back to the Bureau. Those who say no, do not send it back to the Bureau. Those who abstain, obviously abstain. So, as Wojciech indeed has said, we need to have a vote. Please use the channel in messaging of participants. So I will open the vote as this instant. Vote is open. So vote within participants in the messaging system. Yes, no, abstention. Si vous voulez bien, votez par le système de messages sous la rubrique participants. Oui, non, abstention. I will, in a few seconds, close the vote. Je vais clôturer le vote dans quelques instants. Si vous avez encore la possibilité de voter, si vous voulez bien le faire maintenant, sinon le vote va être clôturé. If you still wish to vote only once, please. You have the opportunity to vote. Vote is closed. Wojciech, if you can have the count. Please don't get me a tie again because I wouldn't know what to do with the bears and the wolves. We don't have bears in Belgium. We do have wolves, by the way.
Mr. President.
Okay, Wojciech.
The result is the following. 10 yes, 13 no, 6 abstentions, which means it's not sent back to the Bureau.
Okay, so the decision of the Bureau is confirmed. Then we go into number 9. I still see that on the list of interventions, I have 2 persons. Lisa, I already had you. Now I see someone else coming in. I will not have any other points be reconsidered, so please have your intervention within 1 minute, and let's not have the country-to-country dispute on this issue, please. I have Vladimir Vardanyan. Vladimir, you have the floor. Vladimir has disappeared. Do we have Vladimir? No, we don't. Okay, the next on my list again is Lisa. Lisa, you have 1 minute, then Samad 1 minute, Peter 1 minute, and Vladimir, you come last. Lisa, you have the floor.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. President. Well, I just wanted to ask to clarify the point of order, because I know that it was very confusing what actually we were voting for. Like, what means to vote yes means to return to Bureau, or actually to support the motion or not to support the motion. I personally got confused, and I'm sure that some of other colleagues also got confused. So if you could clarify that, it would be great. Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. As I said before, when you vote yes, it is sent back to the Bureau, because this is the request by a member on the table. So now we have other people. We have Samad Seydov. Samad, you have the floor.
Nice to see you, Mr. President. Can you hear me? Good. I think this is generally a very important question, and of course we can do our best in order to support the decision of the Bureau to have the report. Thank you.
Thank you. Now I have Vladimir Vardanyan on the floor. Vladimir?
Buddy, can you hear me? Yes, ma'am.
Yes, gotcha now.
I'd like to welcome all of you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are discussing very important issues actually, and these are a little bit unprecedented situation when we are discussing on a remote way. I do consider this motion as a very important one, and taking into account that we have no opportunity to discuss it in person, taking into account also the fact that we actually deal with the legal issue / environmental issue, taking into account that we have still confusing with these voting processes. And I would like just to suggest to postpone this adoption of this decision and send it to the Bureau, taking into account that this result of misunderstanding and confusion may lead to the further, I would say, further delegitimization of this process of remote discussions. I'm very much in favor of remote discussions, and we should go ahead with this, at least in the first stages, taking into account that we should have wider consensus on these issues, because this mess with this voting, and I was also, during the first vote, I also was confused. I would like just to postpone, to request the honorable members of the committee to consider the possibility to postpone the discussion of this issue, send it back to the Bureau, and discuss for, for example, also option to send it to another committee for the report, for example, to the legal committee, since we have with the international humanitarian law, and this is a pure legal aspects. Thank you.
Thank you. So now we still have other people wishing to intervene. I see Samad Seydov again. Do you wish to intervene twice? But then very shortly, Samad, you have the floor.
Thank you. Taking into account I was very short, that's why I take this opportunity. Nobody knows when we will be able to return back to our normal discussion. That's why, of course, I can understand my colleague from Armenia, but the question is not about the political issue. This is not a question about the legal or political or other question. This is exactly the social affairs, and that's why this report recommended to the committee on social affairs and sustainable development, not to the legal affairs committee.
Thank you. Vladimir, you're asking the floor again, but you went over time almost a minute, so I'm giving you 15 seconds. Vladimir?
The meeting in person will allow to clarify the issue and escape any misunderstanding. That's all I would like to say. This is not a political question. This is a social question, environmental question with the legal background. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. So the issue at hand concerns number 9. We will have a vote because it has been requested by Mr. Tolstoy and others. If you vote yes, that means that number 9 goes back to the Bureau. If you vote no, it means that the issue goes for report to the committee. Yes is going back to the Bureau, no is going for report to the committee. Abstention obviously is abstention. En français, si vous votez oui, le numéro 9 retourne au bureau. Si vous votez non, l'élément 9 va pour rapport à la commission tel comme proposé. Voilà. Je vous rappelle que les votes se fassent à travers le système de messages. Il faut me permettre d'ouvrir le vote, ce que je vais faire. Voilà, le vote est ouvert. The vote is open. Go into messaging, participants, and there you vote. Yes, back to Bureau. No, for report to the committee. I will close the vote in 10 seconds. So if you did not vote yet, please do so. On the messaging, participants, yes, no, abstention. Je vais clôturer le vote dans quelques secondes. Si vous n'avez pas encore voté, je vous demande de bien le faire sous message participant. OK. Je clôture le vote maintenant. Vote is closed. Wojciech, if you could give us the result, please.
Okay, I have the results.
Results, please, Wojciech.
Sorry, well, it also takes time just to explain it because we do it well by 2 persons separately in order to check and to confirm the results between 2 persons that we are sure that what we pronounce is indeed correct. The results are the following: yes, 3, No, 21. Abstentions, 5. 3, 21.
Okay. So this means that on number 9, the decision taken by the Bureau stands. So this concludes our number 4 on the agenda, reference to the committees. It basically means that the decisions proposed by the Bureau stand, with one exception on number 3, artificial intelligence, which is sent back to the Bureau. Okay, we come now to our, I see someone wants to intervene again. Vladimir, do you wish to intervene again? Vladimir?
Of literacy, but is it possible also to discuss possibility to send this report for an opinion to a legal committee, taking into account that we are discussing a lot of legal issues in the context of armed conflicts and the practice of the European Court of Human Rights and other bodies of the Council of Europe witnessing about the necessity to discuss this issue in the framework of a legal committee too?
Okay, thank you, Vladimir, for your intervention. This is not possible. The Bureau takes a decision. We in the Standing Committee can say we like the decision, we do not like the decision, then it is sent back to the Bureau. This decision being taken now is that what the Bureau proposed stands. So this will be, I mean, you're not able to change it. If you have other proposals, of course, you're free to have motions and to propose them to the Bureau in the future, so that's not a problem. So this now concludes number 4 on the agenda. We have number 5, other business. Is there any other business any colleague wishes to raise? Est-ce qu'il y a un autre sujet qu'un collègue voudrait bien mettre à l'attention du comité permanent? Voilà, je vois la demande de parole de Lisa. Lisa, you have the floor.
Yes, colleagues, hello again, Mr. President. Something I want to say and also to express that I think the idea of PACE Voices that you launched is a great idea, and we should work on it, especially right now. And tomorrow we have the anniversary of the Second World War, and I think our members have a lot of things to share. Not only in the reports and in our debates, but also to share it with the general public. So I really think with this initiative, we should work more and to think what we can provide to keep Europe consolidated right now, to fight against the pandemic. So this is just what I wanted to share and to raise this question. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Lisa. For those who didn't see it, but we got a song from the Ukrainians on PACE Voices. So if you wish to share a nice song, please, you feel free to do so. I see that now Petra is asking for the floor. Petra, you have the floor. Petra?
Can you hear? Yes?
Yes, we got you.
Yes, I just wanted to reiterate the compliment to the PACE Equality Committee and also to Wojciech about the session they had yesterday on COVID and the violence against women. I think it was well prepared. It was content-wise very rich in 1 hour with people all over Europe. So I think if we can benefit from one thing in this horrible situation, that sometimes online is better than offline, because all of these people did not have to fly into Strasbourg, but we really took a lot. So I could really recommend other committees to learn from this very, very good example, because it was extremely useful for all of the participants. And I think we had more than 100 people listening in.
Thank you, Petra. I have one more person on my list, which is Sir Roger Gill. Sir Roger, you have the floor.
Thanks, Just having not said so at the Bureau, I would like to say thank you to all the secretariats, and particularly to Annick, who sorted out my technical problems for me this morning, and also to the interpreters. Thank you all very much. Very interesting experience.
Thank you, Sir Roger. I think that indeed we can say that our meetings go well. This being said, we will not replace our normal meetings with the temporary online ones. Of course, probably given the good experience as Petra is saying, in some instances it might be useful to use this way of communicating in order to avoid a number of transport problems. I see that now I've got Roger Gale again on my list and Alexander. So Roger, you have the floor again. So Roger.
I'm sorry, I obviously didn't cancel my speaking request, but thanks very much.
No problem, thank you. Then I have last in the line, Alexander, you have the floor.
Yeah, Rick, since we are expressing our greatness to everybody, I must say that thank you, Rick. I know that this is not easy to handle this organization in remote. You are doing very well, and congratulations and thank you very much, Rick.
Well, thank you, Alexander. We'll drink a good bottle of wine on that one once we can meet again and drink something together, or non-alcohol drinks also. Of course, we have to take this into account, but thank you anyway for the nice compliment. Is there anyone else in other business? No. Then we can go to the point of next meetings. I can tell you there that the next meeting of the Standing Committee is scheduled on Friday, June 26th, whereas the Bureau the day before is scheduled on Thursday, June 25th. Is there any other issue that you wish to share with the meeting, Wojciech, as Secretary General?
No, President, just to thank everyone for participation, and I think it went really well. So thank you very much indeed to all members of the Standing Committee and to colleagues from the Secretariat.
Well, okay, let me then extend my thanks to the technical team, to yourself, Wojciech, leading them and having these meetings go in a very good and diligent way. Thanks to you all. I think that we have proven that PACE is up and running, and we will stay up and running for the coming weeks, months to come. Thank you very much, and hopefully we'll see each other physically as soon as possible. Bye-bye, take care, stay safe, and let's hope that we see each other soon. Bye-bye.